Welcome to Kevin Mitnick's Security Awareness Training. Upon completion of this course, you will be able to define and explain Advanced Persistent Threats, or APTs. Recognize how advanced persistent threats enter the network. Identify the 7 areas in an email that can be indicators of phishing and, given an exercise, apply the appropriate methods to spot phishing and spear phishing attempts in sample emails. APT refers to a prolonged, stealthy attack that is generally difficult to detect and may go on for many months before being discovered. Though the term originally referred to nation-states engaging in cyber espionage, APT techniques are now also being used by cyber criminals to steal data from businesses for financial gain. What distinguishes an APT from other threats is that an APT is targeted, persistent, evasive, and advanced. A key difference between most malware and an APT is the APT's ability to persist, that is, to evade detection by network security controls while still collecting and extracting data. Email can be an effective tool for business, but it can also be a source of APT attacks. In this training, we will show you how to apply stop, look, think principles to your inbox, so you can keep yourself, your coworkers, and your company safe. Here are some important terms you need to know regarding email security. Spam is unsolicited bulk commercial email messages. Phishing is tricking individuals into disclosing sensitive personal information or taking a potentially dangerous action, such as opening an infected attachment or visiting a compromised web link, using deception via email. Spear phishing is a form of phishing where the attack specifically targets an individual or group. Since the attacker has researched the target and crafted their attack accordingly, spear phishing attacks are more likely to succeed. Spear phishing emails are often the source of APTs. Finally, spoofing refers to tricking or deceiving you or your system. This is typically done by hiding the sender's identity or faking the identity of another user. This may involve sending messages from a bogus email address or faking the email address of another user. Hackers understand that you're much more likely to read a message from an address you know, so they'll often spoof addresses to trick you into taking an action you would not normally take with an unknown address. Next, we will have a look at how you can identify a hostile email. To begin with, email attacks are generally not difficult to spot, although they have been getting much trickier in the last few years. Always remember, an email attack can only succeed if the sender gets you to take action. Here are the 4 most common actions that the sender will try to get you to take. So be alert for any email that asks you to take any of these actions. Replying, including sending an unsubscribe answer. Clicking any hyperlink in the message, and that includes the unsubscribe link. Opening an attachment and forwarding the email message to others. To get you to take one of these 4 actions, hackers will often include a call to action in their messages. Be cautious of any message that requires urgent, immediate action to avoid a negative consequence, such as a problem with your bank account. Watch out for messages that offer something of value if you just click that link. And beware of any email that tells you that you can resolve some urgent problem by just opening a link or sending a reply. A few years ago, most phishing attempts were fairly easy to spot. Most of them were badly written, and they contained misspelled words and grammatical errors. But today, the grammar is correct, and they steal graphics from the websites of the companies they're spoofing to make you think their phishing email is real. Today's spammers and phishers are highly skilled at hiding themselves and their intentions. Here are a few things they do to try to trick you. Spoofed addresses. The address you see in the from line may not be real. Disguised web links. The text you see in a web link can be anything, and it may be very different from the actual link. Always first hover your mouse over web links to verify that they are actually going to the website that they claim to go to. If you're not 100% sure about the link, don't click it. Malware hidden in files. For example, Word, Excel, PDF, and other file types can be infected, and if you open these attachments, They will put malware on your computer without your knowledge. Now, let's look at some real-life examples. This gentleman is Kevin Mitnick. He is KnowBe4's Chief Hacking Officer. Kevin is the world's most famous hacker. In the early 90s, he pioneered social engineering attacks on multinational companies like IBM, Xerox, and Nokia, but also penetrated governmental agencies including hacking the FBI. Since the year 2000, Kevin has made a living as a successful security consultant, public speaker, and best-selling author.
So let me show you the setup we have here. We have the attacker's computer. You see this big white screen? This is the attacker's system in the cloud, and this is going to become important in a moment. Over here we have a Windows 7 laptop. It's running with the latest security patches updated as of this morning. We're also using McAfee antivirus with the latest security definitions that were also updated this morning. So what this is the typical laptop that you would probably use in your business environment. How did the bad guys get you? They use phishing and spear phishing. They send you email to click on a hyperlink, to open up an attachment, and when you follow their instructions, they gain full control of your computer system. So let's actually see how this works. So I'm going to fire up Google Chrome. I'm going to click on Gmail. Then I'm going to log into my Gmail account. And what we have here is we see a file. It says Myers-Briggs. Kind of confused. What is it? Let's open it up and take a look. It basically says, hey, this is the Myers-Briggs test. Please click Enable Content and fill out the answers. Once you're done, click the Calculate Results. Let me know how it goes. So in this phishing attack, it would actually probably contain more information like other employees have been tasked with taking this test. Please take this test as soon as possible because the bad guy wants to get into your computer as soon as possible, and people will likely follow through. Now, if we take a look here and we go down, we'll see there's an attachment, right? And we'll go ahead and download the attachment, which is an Excel document. We'll go ahead and open it. And what we see here is a security warning that says, macros have been disabled, enable content. Well, that's the trick that the attacker is trying to get you to do. They want you to click enable content because once you do, they're going to gain full control of your computer system. So let's give it actually a try. We're going to click enable content. We're going to maybe fill out a couple of these answers. We'll just answer A for each one of them. Because what this actually document does is it calculates your test results based on your answers. And remember the email, it actually says click the calculate results button, so we're going to do it. And as we can see on the left-hand side here, it gives you your results. And then you're good to go. You just email them saying, hey, I got my results, thank you very much. And everything's good, right? No. Actually, without your knowledge, you've just been compromised. Because if we go back over to the attacker's computer, we see a line has popped up with what we call a remote access Trojan. So what you want to do is you want to stop, look, and think when you receive anything in email, unless you specifically requested it. Any document, whether that's an Excel document, whether that's a Word document, that has where they're asking you to click the Enable Content button, because most likely that's a bad guy trying to exploit your system and gain full control of your computer.
The bad guys will often use email to try to trick you. There are 7 areas in an email that can contain red flags that alert you to possible danger of APTs. The From line, the To line, the Date line, the Subject line, attachments, hyperlinks, and the content of the email itself. These red flags are in effect for any email that has 1 or more embedded hyperlinks or 1 or more attachments. You can find more information about this in the Social Engineering document that you can download from the Resources tab at the top of any screen. We suggest that you print out the checklist and pin it on your wall for quick reference. Here's our first example of stop, look, think as it relates to phishing. Recently, News broke of a password breach at LinkedIn. Anytime a major event like this makes the headlines, hackers will try to trick you through phishing attacks. Click Next to see an example that arrived in an internal email account the morning after the LinkedIn hack was announced. Here's the phishing attack that we received. It was supposed to come from LinkedIn. But stop, look, think. The from text reads LinkedIn email confirmation, but the address is a CZ domain in the Czech Republic. That should put you on alert. You see 3 hyperlinks in this message, but before you click on any of them, hover your cursor over the hyperlink to see where it really goes. Try it now. If you're on a desktop computer, just hover your cursor over each hyperlink on this example. We've simulated what you would see when you hovered over the link in the actual email. If you were viewing the email on the iPad, you would touch and hold the link to see the actual address. The second hyperlink does appear to go to a legitimate LinkedIn site. It also appears that the third hyperlink, here at the bottom, goes to a legitimate LinkedIn site. But when you hover over the first hyperlink, the one that tells you to click here, you can see that it points to a completely different site. A site that the hacker will use to download malware to the PC of anyone who clicks the link. If you'd clicked on the first link, your computer could be infected, and the company could now be at risk of further attack or data loss. By using the stop, look, think approach, you can detect this type of attack and prevent harm to the company. This was a pretty easy phishing attempt to spot. Next, we'll look at a few more phishing attacks from real emails that people have received. Use your stop, look, think skills to examine this email and try to spot any red flags for phishing. What could you do to help verify if this is a legitimate communication? Take a moment to check the message, then click Next to see the answers. If you don't use Fidelity, this email would be immediately suspicious. But even if you do use Fidelity, the from line is a red flag. The domain name is something created to look like an official Fidelity domain name, but it isn't. It's Invest with Fidelity. That's just one example of spoofing. The links might give you more red flags. Remember to hover your mouse over any links to see if the link to address is the same as the website. If not, that is a big red flag. Do not be tricked into clicking on any suspicious links. Now try another one. Take a moment to look for red flags in this email. When you're ready, click the Next button to see the answer. There are several red flags in this email. The first thing you might spot is the subject line. Did you order anything from Apple? If not, that's a big red flag. Second, the from line appears to be a made-up domain name. The third red flag is the content itself, which was created to make you worry and click on the Report a Problem link to avoid a negative consequence. And the fact that the Report a Problem links go to very suspect addresses is also a huge red flag. Have you noticed that the bad guys are getting pretty smart? If you're an iTunes customer, this would be an example of spear phishing, targeting a specific group of people and alarming them into clicking on a hostile link. As a recap, here are some email best practices. Do not open attachments unless you are 100% certain of two things. 1. The sender, and 2. The purpose of the attachment. Never click embedded links in any message without first hovering your mouse over the link to see where it goes. Note that www.microsoft.com and www.support.microsoft.software.com are two entirely different domains, and only the first is an actual Microsoft site. Here are additional important tips for email security. Always check the email from field to validate the sender. And remember that this from address may be spoofed. Do not unsubscribe. It's easier to delete the email than to deal with the security risks. Do not respond to spam in any way. Use the delete button. Do not open any email attachments that end with .exe, .scr, .bat, .com, or other executable files you do not recognize. And here are two final tips for email security. Always check for so-called double-extended scam attachments. A text file named safe.txt is safe, but a file called safe.txt.exe is not. And last, report all suspicious emails to your Information Technology Help Desk. You will find this list in the Security Awareness Best Practices download in the Resources tab.